welcome back to Spirits and Soul. This is a channel where we discuss your spiritual journey, what it is, what to look forward on, and kind of give you all of the tools and resources you need to make your spiritual journey as peaceful and loving as possible. I am your spiritual and metaphysical teacher, Queen Mother. And in today's topic, in this series we're talking about covering the other entities which are usually known or associated with the term spirit or used interchangeably. So in the other two videos, if you haven't checked them out, I will leave them in the description box, as well as link them at the end of the video, and they will be up above. So check out the other two videos if you're finding this video and you have not watched the other two. Just a recap. In the first video, I kind of told you what spirit was, how to communicate with spirit, the origin of how we have a spirit guide. I didn't really go that much in depth, but I feel like I went in depth enough. Then part two, I kind of told you my story on how I came into contact with my spirit guides, who they are, and how I communicate with them. And then in this one, we're going to cover learning what the difference is between spirit and other common terms like God, deities, the universe, and things like that. So that way, while you're on your spiritual journey, you are aware of terms being used and the different understanding whom you're channeling and whom you're talking with on your spiritual journey. Okay, so I do have my notes because I want to make sure that I'm giving the different definitions to you correctly as possible. So if you resonate with any of them, make sure that you list that down below, which terms you choose to use on your spiritual journey, which ones you are familiar with, and you know, if it makes a difference to you. If you find this video helpful, please share it with any of your friends or anyone who you know is on a spiritual journey and they're needing some more information and tools on how to help them throughout their spiritual journey. Also, give me a thumbs up, y'all. I'm really trying to grow my channel, so if you like me, let me know. All right, so we're jumping right on in, and I want to discuss the difference between spirit guides, higher self, gods, deities, universes, ancestors. These are typically a lot of the terms that you will hear on this channel and that are usually used within the universal spiritual language that's used. Okay, so the first one we're going to cover are what are spirit guides, which we've already covered those two, but just in case you didn't watch those two videos, let me review this definition by facts. Okay, so this definition is not my definition, by the way. I looked this up. None of these are my definitions. So spirit guides are not always of human descent. Spirit guides live as energy in the cosmic realm or as light beings, which are very high level spirit guides. Some spirit guides are persons who have lived many former lifetimes, paid their karmic debts, and advanced beyond a need to reincarnate. Many devotees believe that spirit guides are chosen on the other side by the human beings who are about to incarnate and wish for assistance. I don't necessarily think that is wishing for assistance. We all get a guide. I don't know that if anyone comes here without a guide. We get at least one guide. So that's what a spirit guide is. Okay, so the next common term you will hear is higher self. And I think the biggest thing is understanding what is the difference between your higher self and your spirit guide. So your higher self, let me read the definition first. Okay, so here it says your higher self is an aspect of your soul. It is the purest aspect of your soul and you, because it's not influenced by the experience of your lifetime. So your higher self is the inner part of you. So let's look at it like this. Me speaking to you right now, this is considered an ego. This is my ego. This is my outer part. This is the part that of me that is attached to the earthly realm and attached to just everything, materialistic stuff. This is me talking to you. This is me in my human form. However, my spirit self is still within me, the self that is here to learn, that's guiding. Even and I don't want to make it sound like we're two different people, but it's a part of you. Just like you have a personality, but then you have you show that personality to some friends but not to others, to some family members but not to some. So it's kind of like that, a part of you, who you are. Your higher self is the person that's your internal dialogue. That's the higher self, and not the negative stuff, the positive stuff that's guiding you. That higher self works in connection with your spirit guides. So your spirit guides are external, your higher self is internal. Your higher self is that soul part of you, that part that is here to learn, but it's learning from almost as if it's a third party. So really, in our life, we have to deal with our ego. Several levels to this, but you're looking at a third party watching and observing and guiding you through it, guiding you back to connect, that weave, letting go of ego and connecting back to your higher self. Okay, so that is what our higher self is. That is the ultimate goal, is to get back into connection with our higher self, our higher divine self, learning to love and be kind to each other, ourselves, being patient with each other, understanding and connecting with that oneness that is us. For some reason, we allow ego to separate us from who we truly are. So that is your higher self. Okay, now we're going to dive into God. God is a Christian term that is used to describe an omniscient, or known as the creator and the ruler of the world. He's a judge of all moral and authority. Now, throughout different, sorry y'all, throughout history, God has been known as one God, two gods. God is a very common term. Even though Christians may believe in one God, a different religion may take that same God and believe in a different way. So God is a common term to use to describe the higher being in which we all believe that we are connected to. Ironically, many people who don't believe in God, many people who don't believe in God usually use the term universe as an alternate for that term God. So the term universe, I know when you think about universe, you're probably thinking of this deep, vast world, like planets and stars and the galaxy and all that stuff. Well, the term universe in spirituality is used to describe us being one. All of us being connected. There's no separation. We are all from one voided, dark place that connects us together. We are all the same time, physical, matter, energy, planet. It is all one. We are connected as one divine. So many people look at that as the creator. The universe is this infinite being, this infinite source of resource or creativity that's given to us. So a lot of people use that interchangeably with the term God, because God is supposed to be infinite. And I think the universe term removes the moral aspect of being judged and being punished and feeling like you have to sacrifice yourself to please an entity outside of you. Okay, so that is the term for universe and God. Now, just take a step back. Spirit guides are the guides that are given to us when we come to this earthly realm to help us through, to help our higher selves through the world of learning and learning to love ourselves. Our higher selves are internal, spirit guides are external. The God term is, you know, infamous. You know who God is at this point. I don't feel like I have to really go into depth about that part, because everybody has heard the term God from some way, shape, or form. The universe term is in use in conjunction with God to not necessarily, like I said, give one homage to one particular person or entity. It is to say that we are all connected. We are all one big divine family. Okay, so next on our list we have deities. So deities are also found in religion, and there's so many deities throughout so many religions and so many cultures. So there's so many that I'm not going to be able to cover all of them. A deity is a god or a supernatural being considered divine or sacred. This goes back to when I said that God is, everyone has a god in their religion. Because some religions had multiple gods, they gave credit to there being always one God. Whoever that creator was the most highest of gods. And then everyone else were looked at as deities, considered like the children of that one particular. Deities was looked at as the children that came on the earth to really manage the mankind or people. So the creator, the higher, the infamous divine God, would not have to necessarily deal with them. He gave each mini god or deity a job that the people of mankind would need. So I want to break it down in several, maybe a couple of them, as much as I can remember them. So we're going to start with Greek mythology. So Greek mythology, I believe their ultimate god was Chaos or something like that. Chaos had many children that led to the children. In mythology, we remember Kronos. I think it was Kronos. In Greek mythology, Chaos was the initial god, the creator. And then from there, he had several kids. I think like 4 kids, and then they had kids, and then they had kids. And the ones that we are most familiar with when it comes to Greek mythology on a surface level is Kronos. And we know Kronos to have been the father of Zeus, and then Zeus, we know the rest of the story. The deities, Chaos would be the initial god, and the deities after that would be the children that he had. And from there we know about Zeus and his many gods, and down from that line. When we look at Orishas, they have their creator, and if I mispronounce it or say it incorrectly, please forgive me, but their creator was Olorun or Olodumare. Olodumare, Zumair, or however, I'm so sorry. And then from there, the Orishas were born. You have your Yemaya, your Shango, your Oshun, your Abattoir. You have these deities that were assigned for each aspect to cater to each part of what mankind needed. Let's take it back to Egyptian. I'm probably gonna butcher this one up too. You have the same thing. You have, and Ra was their creator, and from there you had Osiris, you've had Isis, you've had Hathor, you've had Hathor, you had all of the deities that came, and that they each catered to an aspect of what the mankind needed. Even for, you want to use it, but for Christianity, they kind of have the same thing. They don't like to acknowledge that's what it is. But for Christianity, they have the guardian angels. So you have the creator, God, and then God has his people, that his angels, who are designated to work with mankind. You have Michael, and you have Uriel, Gabriel. You have all of them. They're each cater for certain aspects of working with mankind. So some are known for healing, some are known for providing wealth, some are known for fertility, some are known for protection, some are known for love, some are known for a lot of them. A lot of them are interchangeable because of the cross at some point in time. So it is raining really bad outside, guys, but I want to continue, but we're going to try to get through this. Deities are just, I like to look at it as many gods or spirits that are here to kind of help you with certain aspect of your lives. They're not gods, but they're not the ultimate creator, but they are spirits that I believe lived and they were created to help manage those things. So when do we call on deities? If you choose to just practice spirituality, then you won't necessarily call on a deity. If you choose to focus on combining spirituality with religion, then a lot of times you will have a deity to be in connection with. So you may say, Queen Mother, where does a deity fall into place? If you are a Christian and you are worshiping God, you have Jesus Christ, and then you have, believe it or not, Jesus Christ is a deity, a teacher. You have the angels. If you choose to practice Santeria, if you choose to practice or Yoruba. Guys, I want to move away from my window. So come join me on my sofa because I don't want to sit too close to that window anymore. It differently just because it's lightning so bad, very badly, and I don't want to be by my window. Yes, those are, I'm sorry y'all for the lighting, it's not as good over here, but yes, so those are what we'll use. Those are the terms that you typically hear people use. So they are practicing like a religion. Much better. Okay guys, so we're going to try to quickly wrap this up because it's storming really bad and I don't want to sit next to my window while it's lightning. Much respect for it, but it's really dark outside. It's storming really bad, so I don't want to sit next to the window. Anyway, so I think we've covered a good chunk of everything of what it is. So like I said, if you are following religion, then those deities will come into place in that aspect of it. If you are just focusing on spirituality, then the rest of it won't really matter. You'll just hear those terms interchangeably for people who do practice spirituality, and they are being including religion within their practice. So that does conclude the 3-part of the what spirits are and typically what you can hear from those parts. I think it's fun. If you get a chance, if you know of any deities, I just kind of give you an example of 3 that I knew fairly well. And as you can see, I had to kind of look that up too because I wasn't able to call them offhand like I wanted to. But you guys like my setup? I was able to call them offhand just a little bit. But look up other religions. Working in spirituality and crossing over into the metaphysical aspect of it, I love working with other deities. You'll find that many of them call out to you, which is how I found, like I said, my way back into religion is because of some deities that I have found and admired. You can find that most deities from other religions, you don't have to partake in, you know, the culture, but if you find that you resonate with some of the deities from other cultures and religions, it is okay to kind of acknowledge them. And you know, just remember that it's a spiritual practice and it's not necessarily always going to be like quote unquote perfect or give you that one particular thing that you're looking for. It is, however, just you taking what resonates with you and making it work. You can get done. So if you can just take what you need and use it interchangeably, if you choose to mix certain aspects of metaphysical with the spiritual realm, your spiritual journey, then you'll see where the lines do blur. But we'll get into that at a later time. As of right now, this is a 3-part series that is completely over, and it's so beautiful outside, and it's really raining outside, and it's dark. And I'm going to go and enjoy this current moment, this moment to be silent, to listen to the rain, to be present, to meditate and go to sleep. But y'all, I love sleeping in the rain. Anyway, until the next video with love and light, I thank each and every one of you for joining me on today's video, for taking time out of your schedule to watch this 3-part series. Tell me what you think. Are you familiar with any of the deities that I named? Are you familiar with how they cross within each other? How do you feel? Did you get a chance to watch the other videos? How do you feel about the terms, or are you interested in speaking and getting to know your spirit guides, or knowing which deities relate to you, that you can acknowledge in your day-to-day life? Be sure to comment and let me know down below. I love you all with love and light. I'm sending blessings and abundance to each and every one of you. Good night.
Are you all caught up?
If not, check out some of these videos. I'm sure they'll help you along your spiritual journey. With love and light.